Bo Jackson is the fastest player in NFL history, running a 4.12-second 40-yard dash. This is according to Adam Augustin in an article titled Bo Jackson, found on the Britannia's online website, published May 7th, 2024. Bo Jackson should be recognized as the greatest athlete of all time. Today, first I'm going to tell you about who is Bo Jackson, second, about his pro careers, and third, about why he should be recognized as the greatest athlete of all time. Also, according to Adam Augustin, Vincent Edward Jackson, better known as Bo Jackson, born on November 30th, 1962 in Bessemer, Alabama, is an American athlete who started for the Kansas City Royals of the MLB and the Oakland Raiders of the NFL. He is widely considered one of the greatest athletes in history. Bo Jackson was a freak athlete and has been his entire life. Coming out of high school, he was a four-star running back who had college coaches dreaming of having him to commit to their team. Ultimately, Jackson decided to take his talents to a young Auburn football team, which might have been the best choice of his life. In his collegiate career, Jackson racked up over 4,500 scrimmage yards along with 45 touchdowns. For those who don't know, these are insane numbers that you almost never see, especially coming from a running back. These stats made him the obvious first overall selection in the 1986 NFL Draft, going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He ended up not signing with them for multiple reasons, including poor team facilities and a bad team. He ended up going back to the NFL Draft in 1987, where he was drafted by the Los Angeles Raiders with the 183rd overall pick. Now that you know who Bo Jackson is, let me tell you about his short but impressive pro sports career. After refusing to sign with the Buccaneers in 1986, Jackson decided to go play in the MLB. He didn't play much his rookie year, only playing 25 games, while still having a batting average of just above 200. After an underwhelming rookie year, he went back out to the NFL, and of course, you already know, to get drafted by the Raiders. This was an amazing decision. In his rookie year, he had 554 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. He did all this in just 7 games. This ended earning him the second place in the Rookie of the Year voting. After this year, he was never quite the same athlete he was due to injuries. Jackson altered playing both football and baseball in his career. His baseball career was very solid, hitting 141 home runs and finishing with the exact 250 batting average. He retired after 9 years, but only playing in 8, which he played in due to injury. Jackson's career was riddled with many tedious injuries that he could just not get rid of. This is also the reason his football career came to such an abrupt ending. In his 4th season during a playoff game, Jackson hurt his hip really badly. He never played football again. According to Brian D'Angelo in an article titled, Bo Jackson turned 61, 5 crazy facts about the former NFL and MLB star's pro career, found on CBS Sports, published November 30th, 2023. Jackson averaged 5.4 yards per carry during his 4 seasons with the Raiders. He is tied with Hall of Fame Jim Brown for the highest career yards per carry average for running backs, with at least 500 attempts since 1950. Jackson averaged at least 5.5 yards per carry in at least 3 of his 4 seasons. If it wasn't for his disappointing sophomore season in the NFL, he would have been known as the most electrifying and explosive running back in the NFL has ever seen. After hearing some crazy facts about Jackson's dominance in sports, let me tell you about why he should be known as the greatest athlete ever. According to Cameron Miller in an article titled 10 Things NFL Fans Should Know About Bo Jackson, found on the Sportster's online website, published September 3rd, 2022. Tons of unique stars from the NFL have all kinds of fascinating accolades, but Bo Jackson has one that no other athlete is able to lay claim to. A man tends to become a star in one sport while enjoying others, but Jackson went a different route. Rather than simply exceeding in the NFL, Jackson managed to become a star in baseball as well. He wasn't just good either. He was named an All-Star in both sports, setting him in a league way above his own and many other NFL and MLB players. Bo Jackson was simply that guy. Teammates of his were quoted saying, "You could feel his aura as soon as he stepped into the facility." If that's not the best athlete ever, I don't know what is. It's truly sad to see amazing players have injuries that completely send their career down a downward spiral. This hasn't just happened to Jackson, though. You may also recognize some names such as Greg Ogden, Todd Gurley, and RG3. It's so frustrating to see young superstar players who have the ability to take over their sports have a career-ending injury that they couldn't prevent. Jackson was no exception to this, except the fact that he was a superstar in 2 different sports, which is just unseen. He had 3 career hip replacement surgeries to try to compete at a pro level, but it was just too much for his body to handle. Another reason Jackson should be known as the best athlete ever is all of his records. Besides the fact that he is the only player to ever be an All-Star in football and baseball, he holds many other records. He holds the 2 longest rushes in Raiders history with a 92 and a 91-yard run. He also holds the NFL record with the most 90-plus yards runs. In college, Jackson was not a guy you wanted to face either. He is top 10 in just about every SEC career rushing record there is, such as yards per rush, and rushing touchdowns. Finally, don't forget he broke the 40-yard dash running a 4.12. Although this doesn't count in today's combine records due to the fact that it was not electronically timed with lasers, many fans still count it as the fastest 40-yard dash ever. Now that today, first, I told you about who Bo Jackson is, second, about his pro careers, and third, why he should be known as the greatest athlete ever. Bo Jackson should be recognized as the greatest athlete to ever exist. Although his 4.12 second 40-yard dash should not count, people should still recognize him as the greatest athlete to ever exist. Sorry about my dog.